Hello everyone, glad to have you here. Get ready, because you'll join me to explore mysterious stories from the animals. The deadliest hunters in nature don't always roar or sprint. Some win with absolute silence. Imagine standing just 5 feet from a bird with wings nearly as wide as your arms, and hearing nothing at all. Owls are extraordinary because their flight is nearly soundless. Most birds make noise as air rushes over their feathers. But owls? Their wings are shaped and covered in a way that cancels out sound before it ever reaches your ears. Scientists measured owl flight against other birds of the same size, like hawks or pigeons. The difference is shocking. Owls are up to 20 decibels quieter. That's the difference between whispering in a library and rustling leaves in a forest. This stealth means prey never hears the danger coming. For a mouse rustling under leaves, an owl might as well be a ghost in the air. But how does a bird pull off this vanishing act? And why would evolution favor silence over speed? Over the next few minutes, we'll pull back the curtain on the owl's hidden design. From wings that break up turbulence to ears tuned like satellite dishes, you're about to learn how silence became the owl's greatest weapon. To really understand why owls evolved this way, we need to step into their world. Because silence only matters if the stage is quiet enough for it to work. Owls are found almost everywhere on Earth except Antarctica. They thrive in dense forests, open grasslands, dry deserts, and even busy city parks. Wherever there are small animals to hunt, mice, voles, insects, you'll probably find an owl close by. In a forest, silence is everything. Picture the night air so still that a single twig snapping can carry for yards. In that kind of environment, an owl's noiseless flight gives it the edge to sneak up on prey without a trace. Silence isn't just useful in forests. In deserts, where sound travels far in open air, stealth makes the difference between a successful hunt and a hungry night. In cities, it allows owls to hunt pigeons and rats without alerting every creature or human nearby. And here's a surprising fact. There are more than 200 species of owls, each tuned to its environment. The tiny elf owl of the Southwest weighs less than a golf ball, while the snowy owl of the Arctic spans nearly 5 feet across. But how can a bird the size of a house cat glide through the air quieter than your own footsteps? That's where design comes in. Evolution didn't just give owls good eyes, it gave them a body built for silence. And the first clue lies in the way their wings are shaped. Up next, we'll break down the owl's #1 superpower, the invisible engineering in its feathers that makes them the quietest wings in the sky. When most birds fly, you can hear them long before you see them. The flap of wings creates turbulence, the noisy rush of air that rattles your ears. Owls solved this problem in a way so clever, engineers still study them today. The secret lies in 3 features of their feathers. First, the leading edge of an owl's wing is fringed like the teeth of a comb. Instead of letting air hit the wing in one loud rush, those comb-like bristles break up the air into smaller streams. Smaller streams mean smaller noise. Second, the surface of the wings is covered in velvety down. That soft layer acts like acoustic foam in a recording studio, absorbing and scattering the little sounds that remain. Third, the trailing edge of the feathers isn't sharp like most birds. It's soft and tattered, letting leftover air escape in wisps instead of one noisy gust. Together, these features erase almost every trace of sound. In lab tests, researchers at Cornell measured owl flight against pigeons and hawks. The owls registered up to 20 decibels quieter. That's like lowering a vacuum cleaner to the level of a whisper. But if silence slows them down, why didn't owls just evolve to be faster, like hawks? Speed isn't everything. Hawks rely on speed and surprise in open daylight, where prey is distracted by vision. Owls hunt at night, where a single rustle is enough to warn a mouse. For them, silence is survival. Think of it this way. If hawks are the sprinters of the sky, owls are the ninjas. They trade raw speed for the power to vanish into the night. This isn't just theory. Farmers have watched owls drop silently on entire nests of rodents. By the time the first mouse even notices a shadow, it's already too late. Silence means efficiency. Less energy spent chasing, more meals caught with precision. So if their wings keep them hidden, What helps them find prey in the dark? That answer lies not in their feathers, but in their faces. Up next, the most advanced pair of ears in the animal kingdom. Silent wings are only half the story. To hunt at night, an owl needs more than quiet, it needs precision. And that's where its hearing and vision turn it into something almost supernatural. Take a look at an owl's face. That rounded satellite dish shape isn't just for looks. It's called a facial disc, a circle of stiff feathers that funnels sound straight into the ears. And here's the kicker, those ears aren't level. One is slightly higher than the other. This asymmetry lets owls hear in 3 dimensions. When a mouse squeaks in the grass, one ear picks it up a fraction of a second before the other. That tiny difference tells the owl exactly where the sound came from: up, down, left, right? For us, it's like trying to hear in 2D. For owls, it's like plugging into surround sound. Scientists say some owls can pinpoint prey in total darkness with 95% accuracy, just by listening. But what if you could hear a watch ticking under a pile of sand from 50 feet away? That's the owl's reality. Vision is no less impressive. Owls have enormous eyes, so large they don't even rotate like ours. Instead, they're fixed in place like binoculars. To look around, owls swivel their entire heads. And here's another wow fact. Those giant eyes are packed with rod cells, the type of cell that detects light. Rods are so sensitive that an owl can see prey moving under starlight, when human eyes see only darkness. Some owl species have up to 5 times more rod cells than humans. Imagine watching a football game at night with no floodlights, yet still seeing every play clearly. That's what an owl experiences every evening. Of course, there's a trade-off. Owls see in black and white at night. They don't get the rich color vision we do. But in their world, clarity matters more than color. So with ninja wings, 3D hearing, and night vision that borders on superpower, is the owl unstoppable? Not quite, because for all their ghostly talents, owls carry a secret weakness that might surprise you. And it starts with a myth you've probably heard all your life. From ancient Greece to modern storybooks, owls are called symbols of wisdom. The owl was even the emblem of Athena, goddess of knowledge. But here's the twist. Owls aren't especially brainy. Most of an owl's skull is taken up by those giant eyes. That leaves less room for brain power. Measured against birds like crows or parrots, owls fall short in problem solving. They're not the engineers of the bird world, they're the specialists. So why do we see them as wise? Maybe because silence in the night feels like wisdom. And here's another counterintuitive truth. Silent flight comes with a cost. By choosing stealth, owls gave up speed. Hawks can dive at 120 miles per hour. Owls? They're slower, closer to 30 or 40. In daylight, that would be a disadvantage. But at night, speed matters less than surprise. A hawk's dive in the dark would spook everything nearby. An owl's whispering glide lets it take prey that never even twitches before impact. It's not about outrunning. It's about outsmarting the dark. This trade-off shows something fascinating about evolution. Animals don't just gain abilities, they make choices. Every advantage comes with a cost. And the owl's choice was silence over speed, stealth over strength. But what happens when the very survival of owls isn't threatened by their prey, but by us? Every predator shapes the world around it. And owls, with their silent wings and midnight raids, play a role that reaches far beyond the creatures they catch. Owls are natural pest control. A single barn owl family can eat 3,000 to 4,000 rodents in one breeding season. For farmers, that's the difference between losing a harvest to mice and saving it. Instead of relying on chemicals, some farmers even build owl boxes, wooden shelters that invite owls to nest nearby. The owls get a safe home, and the fields stay healthy without pesticides. But not every story is positive. Habitat loss, climate change, and poisons from rodent-killing chemicals all threaten owls. When pesticides kill rodents, owls often eat the poison prey and suffer themselves. And the numbers show it. Populations of grassland owls have dropped sharply in North America over the past few decades. The very silence that makes them masters of the night can't protect them from disappearing homes and toxic food. But here's the hopeful twist. When people protect owls, the benefits ripple out to entire ecosystems. When owls thrive, rodent numbers stay balanced. Crops grow more safely. Fewer chemicals are needed, which protects soil, water, and other animals. Protecting an owl isn't just about saving one bird. It's about keeping nature's web intact. Think of owls as guardians of the night shift. You may never see them working, but without them, the whole system stumbles. So let's take stock. In the space of a few minutes, we've uncovered 3 of the owl's hidden weapons. Wings designed for silence, hearing tuned to 3 dimensions, and vision sharp enough to pierce the dark. Each of these abilities alone would be impressive, but together, they form a hunting system so perfect that prey almost never knows what hit it. And here's the part most people miss. The owl's story isn't only about how it hunts. It's also about how it shapes the night itself. What would our fields, forests, and even cities look like if the owls vanished? Would the silence of the night sound the same without them? This question sets the stage for the final takeaway, because the owl's greatest secret isn't just in the way it moves. It's in the way it connects us to the living systems we rarely notice. Stick with me for one last moment, because the lesson these birds carry might just change how you listen to the night. In the end, owls remind us that survival isn't always about strength or speed. Sometimes the greatest power is silence, the kind that lets you move unseen, unheard, and perfectly in tune with your world. From their comb-like feathers to their surround sound hearing, every part of an owl is proof of nature's precision. They aren't wise because of books or words. They're wise because their design teaches us balance. Patience over haste, subtlety over noise. And maybe that's the real gift of watching owls. They don't just show us how they hunt. They show us what happens when silence itself becomes a strategy for life. So the next time you walk outside at night, pause for a moment. If you hear nothing at all, maybe, just maybe, it's because an owl is watching you too. If this changed the way you listen to the night, join us for more hidden stories of the wild. Subscribe, and together we'll uncover the secrets that make animals extraordinary.